It's been a while since we've done anything, and hopefully you're able to catch the last segment, which we did on casting a shrimp net, but totally away from the jewelry business completely. This one's going to end up being something that I put back on you as the client. Um, Checking your jewelry annually at least. It is actually good to end up checking it twice a year, but definitely, especially engagement rings or multi-stone rings, need to be cleaned and checked annually. One of the major things that clients kind of fail to realize is that the prongs will actually wear out on a ring or on a stone that holds the stone in place. And you can kind of equate it to, let's say, tires on a car. You can get 60,000 miles worth of wear on the tire, on the treads of your tires, but once you start reaching that 40 to 45,000 miles worth of wear on the tires, it starts to get to that critical level. Once we get anywhere past that, the chances of losing the stone are maximized. Same thing with a ring. Let's say, and matter of fact, we took in an engagement ring yesterday that had 4 prongs on it, simple solitaire, and the client brought it in for cleaning and checking. We immediately were able to realize at the cash register or at the front counter that the prongs were really diminished on the piece itself. So we're going to kind of draw it out real fast for you and kind of give you an idea as to what it's supposed to end up looking like and what happens over a period of time. So let's take it that we have a diamond. Imagine that this is a well-cut stone, which my drawing capabilities aren't showing. But when a stone is set, we actually pull prongs over on the sides of it, just like what I'm actually doing here. So the prongs are supposed to end up hugging the edge of it, protrude above the stone itself. But over a period of time, what happens is that normal wear, just like the tires of a car, will actually start to wear down that prong until it becomes very much knife-edged. And that's what happened in the case of this engagement ring, where we have the 4 prongs, but all 4 of them are very much knife-edged. One of the major things, or one of the telltale signs of this, is the fact if you start getting picking or catching on your clothes on your from the prong work, and you haven't in the past, then chances are something's askew and we need to end up looking at it. So in this particular case, let's say that we have worn the prong down to minimal. There's a couple of different ways that we can handle this. A lot of times I'll end up looking at the client and say, hey, what we really need to do is just take the stone out. We need to put a new head in place and drop the stone back into a brand new head. But most of the time, what we can do is go in, and we've talked about the laser capabilities in the past, and I also work under a torch. So either way that we decide to do it, we can go back in and add gold or platinum to the top of this prong so that it, once again, it'll look like it was original. So we can add the amount of metal that's necessary to secure the stone for the future. That doesn't take away from the fact that you still need to end up having this ring checked annually. Even after we have done the prongs and everything else, we like to check and clean it annually. It just gives us a good secure feeling that the stone is holding up, that there wasn't another issue. You might have hit it on something, bent a prong over to the side. You might have even chipped a stone over a period of time. So we need to look at all avenues when we end up doing that. This is not inexpensive for this particular client. What I'm going to do is we're going to retip those 4 prongs to it, and I'm probably looking at about $70 as to what we're going to do here. Now, a lot of the repairs are a lot less than that, and some of them are a little bit more expensive, but we'll be able to instruct you when you actually end up coming in and dropping off the jewelry. So, the lesson for today, very simply, if you have especially an engagement ring, a favorite cocktail ring, dinner ring, whatever the case may be, if you're getting picking or catching or anything of that nature, please make sure that you get it into us. We'll take it in as definitely as an overnight process for the cleaning and checking of the piece itself. But if we see that there's other things that need to be done to it, then we'll contact you if we have not done so right at the take-in procedure, we'll contact you and say, hey, we see these things that are wrong with it that we need to address either now or in the short future. So stay with us for the next segment. Hopefully this clarifies some thoughts as to what we can do to repair your jewelry, and have a great day. Thank you.